Well, I wanted to start a social enterprise, so a for-profit company that would have a positive impact in the world. And in particular, we wanted to do something about malnutrition. And mushrooms are so rich in nutrition. One of the big advantages of mushrooms is that they need very little space. On 1 square meter, you can over 1 year, you can get 100 kilos. Also, the weather here is perfect for mushrooms.
Impamvu turi hano i Musanze tuhari kubera raw material cyangwa matière première dukoresha ibiganogano. Ikindi cya kabiri, ikirere cy'aha ngaha kirakonje, dukenera ahantu hakonje.
It was really important to know, okay, what wild mushrooms are there in Rwanda that are edible. What do people eat mushroom-wise? Because people in the countryside are familiar with wild mushrooms, and that is one of the aspects of the studies, discover what people are eating. And then which mushrooms could we find in the local forest here that we could then cultivate further, domesticate, bring into the lab and into the growing house. We found some really interesting species that we would really like to multiply, that would be unique to Rwanda, that we could then export to other countries as well.
Ubu dufite na option yo gukora amakonserve, cans, kandi cans bishobora kumara imyaka 2 bibitse. Dufite inzu yabugenewe chambre froide yo kubibikamo ku buryo niyo bigiye Kigali bigera mu modoka nayo ifite frigo. Ni Kigali n'abandi modoka dufite naho chambre froide kugira ngo bigere ku mukiriya bikiri frais.
We've trained 30 people who then go out in their communities and train people further. Growing mushrooms, consuming mushrooms, the nutritional benefits of mushrooms, selling mushrooms, because a lot of people know how to grow, but then you have to learn how to sell.
Tukimara kubona amahugurwa twahawe na Kigali Farms, twahise tujya gukorana n'abahinzi. Mbere yuko tubigisha uburyo bwo guhinga, twabanje kubigisha ni iyihe nyungu y'ibihumyo, ese bitumarira iki mu buzima muri rusange, uburyo imigini ihingwa n'uburyo isarurwa.
Mfite ubumenyi cyane mu kubihinga, n'abaturage tuguriye nja kubafasha kubihinga. Nyinshi byo kubihinga, kubyo kubitegura, byose ndabibigisha, maze kumenya ubumenyi buhagije ku gihingwa cy'ibihumyo.
We followed up very closely. We find that people appreciate mushrooms very much, like to get into the mushroom business. And that is actually for those who grow successfully, it's a great source of income, and then it's a great source of nutrition for the community.
Ibi biganogano yo tumaze guhinga imwe ibihumyo, ifumbire imaze kuboneka, hasigara ifumbire kandi nziza. Ni ukuvuga ngo umuturage ushaka ifumbire ni nkaho ya fumbire igaruka mu mirima yabo.
Mushrooms grow on agricultural residue. That's a very interesting feature actually, because an agricultural country like Rwanda produces a lot of crops, but also a lot of agricultural residue. As an example, wheat straw, which we use, is 50% of the biomass of a wheat field. And at the end of the process, you end up with compost which now goes back into the soil. So you take the carbon in that wheat straw and you put it into the soil instead of putting it back into the air. So that's a beautiful, beautiful thing about mushrooms in general, how they are the ultimate recyclers and how they keep the carbon bioavailable for other life forms.
Igihe tumara amezi 3 dutegereje kugira ngo tugire umusaruro mu bindi bihingwa bisanzwe, igihingwa cy'ibihumyo cyo ni mu cyumweru, buri cyumweru tugasarura.
Mu buzima bwanje bwa buri munsi nacuruzaga ibintu bikamvuna, cyane nacuruzaga amasaka, nkagura ngafata igihe cyo kuyinika icyumweru cyose. Ngo Kigali Farms ni bwije tubona ibintu urahinga mu cyumweru kimwe mu minsi 10 ukaba wasaruye, niyo yaba na credit wafashe washobora kwishyura byihuse.
Byateye abahinzi amatsiko mu buryo bwo kuba babikoramo business, ariko nanone twe nk'abafasha mu buhinzi bw'ibihumyo twanabashishikarizaga ko bashobora guhinga ibihumyo mu buryo bwo kugira ngo n'imirire yabo ibe myiza.
Twabonye ari ibiryo byiza, uzi ko wenda twatuye kubihunga ku nyama cyane, hari abantu barabujije inyama, cece nk'umwagahunga baradushima, kwako abantu barigunza akabango ntitwara inyama twagira gute, basigaye baradushaka cyane, kwako batubwiye ko byo nta ngaruka bigira mu mubiri.
At the moment we sell about more than 1 ton every week across the region, but if you ask me the same question 3 months from now, it'll be 2 tons every week. The plan next year is to go very aggressively, have a lot more farmers. We're hoping to go more than 10,000 farmers next year growing oyster mushrooms. We're going to be installing a brand new lab to produce enough spawn to be able to support that effort. So all the work that we've done with FONERWA in our Biumba lab will be transferred to the new modern lab that we're building here in Musanze. It will be the most modern spawn lab in Africa.